Okay lah. Now we're gonna talk about this very every week also say interesting lah. Okay lah. Anyway if you think not interesting, don't watch lah. Okay. So the first thing actually I write it down. You know why? Because a lot of thing is happening already. Happening to the extent that I may not even remember what I want to say lah. Okay. So are you all prepared or not? Actually, a lot of things happening already. Okay. So the first thing I want to share with you. Actually, if you share, you are in my Telegram group. I actually have this joke lah, but I take it as like an inside joke. So if you get it, you get it. You don't get it, you don't get it lah. So I say, agents start to ask for feedback. You don't get it, right? Okay. Anyway, yeah lah, I know you all don't get it. Okay. So what happened is, right, last time during the very hot COVID bull property market, you know, every time you go and view house, right, agent won't ask you for feedback one. How you see already how like or not any feedback from your buyer, any feedback from your buyer. I start to see this asking of feedback already. Last time is they no need feedback. You know why? Because before they even ask for feedback, they already sell already. Don't need to ask for feedback one. Okay. So now they ask for feedback already. Okay. If you are seller today in the market, you also realize that there's not much viewing. Means nobody asks to view your unit. If you still have a lot of viewing and you realize no offer, then I can tell you means your agent no good. Okay? Because your agent never qualify for you. Your agent anyhow bring window shopper to you. Because they scared, right? If they never bring buyer to you, or you will change agent. Okay, so in a property recession, you'll see a lot of seller. Maybe this unit marketed by agent A. After 2 months, 3 months, still there, change to agent B. After 3 months, change to agent C. Okay, or sell 9 months, don't have jialat lah. So you will start to see all these things. Okay, then you will realize in the property market, in Property Guru, let's say you say condo A lah, condo B lah, whatever, what place lah, what residence you will realize that the listing always the same. Means there's always, let's say there's 40 advertisement. You'll realize 35 advertisement is always the same advertisement. They are either dummy means fake advertisement, or they are just advertisement of seller trying their luck but still not willing to give up. But the seller also very smart because they're able to find agent to help them try. You know, if I'm the agent, I give up long ago. No lah, because cannot get means cannot get one okay. Anyway, your buyer, you know, when you're a buyer, you go to the Property Guru and see, this guy again, this sell this kind of price, how to buy, you know. Okay lah, but anyway, the worst thing in a property recession or down market is the mindset of the seller and the mindset of the buyer cannot change. Sometimes even to the extent is the mindset of the agent cannot change. So that one I will further elaborate lah. Okay, so I can tell you first of all in rental, we talk about rental first. Okay, anyway I don't really talk a lot about rental, right? So very good lah, give the rental people a chance ma. Okay, so the first thing we talk about rental first. Rental, if you realize more and more tenants they realize they can get viewing already. Last time you get viewing, people ask you this, ask you that lah. Then you call too late lah. People tell you no more already lah. Rented out lah. Now don't have You go for rental, people ask you how, any feedback. Again people ask you how, any feedback. Lai liao, you know. Then you realize that you get more viewings. If you still don't get viewings then must be your problem lah. Who call you? Your move-in date is in September. Then now you're looking for units. Definitely cannot get viewing lah. So if you don't understand about rental, go and watch my rental video. Then you know when to start looking for rental. I tell you, a lot of agents when they sell the house for the customer, right? Then the customer need to rent, right? Then they don't care about the customer one. They just let the customer go and die. Then the customer own self go and find lah. Then the customer start looking for houses 2-3 months before the move-in date. Then they cannot find. Then they panic. I can tell you that this is very bad lah. This is very bad. All my sellers know when to start looking for rental house. Okay, no need kanchong one. Okay, the rental market has their own way, their own gameplay. Okay. Then the next one, we don't talk about private. We talk about new launch. Okay, we don't talk about resale private. I talk about new launch. Okay, why new launch? I will tell you that. Now start to take key okay. I can tell you if you today you are A, B, S, D buyer, whether you paid 12% or 70%, it doesn't matter. If you pay 12% and you don't make money, okay, in the next few years it's going to be a down market Will your property price continue to increase or not? I think it's very obvious that it's very hard So it's either it stay there, which I also think is very hard, it will drop a little bit. So if today's price as a new launch seller, you are still not earning money because you pay ABSD, then I will tell you is bye-bye lah. Why? Because the next 1, 2, 3 years is really a test of holding power already. It's the test of all the owners holding power, especially the new launch buyers. Because you take your keys, right? You already buy at this level. You think that your agent tell you, hey, wow, TOP can start to sell, can start to earn money, which I tell you lah, I never tell my buyer that one. All my buyer knows that TOP earn money is a very, very tough thing. It's really tough luck, okay? I always tell my buyer that you need to hold how many years, depends on the different condos and the different price lah, okay? So I tell you already, it's really very hard for new launch because a lot of new launch seller is experiencing problem now, and rental is still a little bit better. Rental is still moving. So rental is still not that bad at new launch, but the competition is big. So it's slower than the outside, the resale rental. The problem is today you have a resale property, private resale property near to a new launch private that is going to take key. Then you jialat already because all your tenant will go to the new launch. Your resale private will be very, very hard to rent out because everybody will just go and snatch the new launch. Because to be frank, rental price for new launch is the cheapest on the first year of taking keys. Okay, that one I don't want to explain why lah. I can do another video Okay, now we talk about private. Okay, so many people wondering like what will happen to the private market lah. I tell you, if today you're in the private market, right, you will realize that if your property is above 1.5 million, it's very, very hard to sell already. The people that still moving are the people below 1.4, I'll say it floats around 1 to 1.4 million. The 2 bedders, I will say that they forever move. 1 bedder, wow, I think really come to a standstill already lah. Anyway, I do all these videos, right? Because actually in property, you can be 3 steps faster than other people one. Because if today you are in the market, right? I think the difference in property is that in property, when we are in the market like an agent, we know what we are doing, we know, we can feel the demand, we can feel the supply, we are working, we know what is the advertisement, we know what are the problems that our agents are meeting. So we can really feel the happenings in the market. So a lot of people will ask me resale. I'll tell you, private resale, like say, if you are above 1.5, it's very tough already. If you are below 1.5, if you're nearing 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 plus minus, it's still moving quite well, to be frank. But if you are more on the 1.4, 1.5, it's already slowing. The above 1.5 is already very, very slow. The 1 bedders is going to get tougher and tougher. This is something that you cannot run away lah. If you are in the market today as a buyer and seller, you should feel what I'm telling you lah. Okay, and again, for the new launch, prices will definitely not drop because these developers already bid very high. But do you think they will sell everything out in 1 year? It's not going to happen. These developers, they can bid high, you know, it's because they don't have supply. They need turnover. It's a business. They need to bid and turn over. They need to do business. I don't know if you all understand or not, but they can sell for 5 years. 5 years from now is 2027. So this whatever 2000 PSF, 2002 PSF, they got another 5 years to sell. They don't need to get one. Okay, so I will say that slowly you will see new launches slowing down. But anyway, I can tell you that new launches for leftover units already slowing down. Those that did well only did well on the launch day lah. After the launch day, is actually quite slow one, to be frank. And I will say that this will actually continue for the next few months. You will see the launch day doing well. Then later on, it will get harder and harder, and then the developers will take longer and longer to sell. because there's lesser and lesser launches unlike what happened in 2019, 2020, there's a lot of launch, so people got a lot of choice. So now people got less choice, but slowly this choice will catch up because of the government land sales that's throwing in. New launch will still move. This is what I want to share with you. New launch, people will still buy, it will still move. But if you want to earn money, TOP earn money, you can wait long. I can tell you can wait long. Okay? Then you can say bye-bye to en bloc already. Okay? Because I very hard to tell you, explain into the details, but there's too many factors already. With everything turning, you know, en bloc is not going to do well. And I can tell you that the government's way of inserting GLS land into to the developers for the government land sales is a very smart move. Okay? Then for HDB market, I would say that you will see lesser of these COV words already. And those very prime high tail HDB flats above 700 over 1,000, they are going to be harder to sell. Of course, if you are above 700,000 but you are a EAEM, then okay lah, I will still say you will still move because you got the size and the space But I'm talking about those like 4 room 800,000, 1 mil. Those I think is going to be harder and harder. Also, less sellers will want to sell. Okay, those sellers that want to sell will sell because the kids school because of downgrading, upgrading Less people will sell to do what? Asset progression. You know what I mean? Less people will sell to upgrade to private property or whatever that people are doing for the last 3 years. I think lesser and lesser people will get into that kind of transition. In recession, it's very different. People sell because they got no choice. Not because they have a choice and then they make a decision to sell. Very little people will choose to sell during recession. Mostly it's because of kids' school parents workplace a lot of other factors and not the monetary factor so much. Okay? Then there will be still a lot of sellers in the market. Okay, so this is why I say there's still a lot of sellers in the market. At the start of the video, I told you about the mentality. I think is how fast the public accept the mentality of a down market. Because all along, the public is in the up market mentality. Means sellers will always want to try their luck. I can tell you in a down market, right, there will still be sellers that try their luck. It's been normal. It has been like this for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years. There's always unrealistic sellers around, guys. It doesn't matter whether the market is going up or the market is going down. So this is something that you all have to understand. So you need to learn how to find the correct and serious seller. So looking at what the market have doesn't determine that the market is doing well, because a lot of this listing may be fake, maybe expired listing, maybe dummy listing, maybe sellers that's not serious, seller that no need to sell. So as a serious buyer in the market, our job is to find the serious seller. Anyway, I don't know if you understand or not, but all these are signs and things that are already starting to appear and happen in the property market. Okay, so if today you are in the market, you will feel it. Hit the like button, subscribe button. I'll see you in the next episode. Okay, I will continue to fulfill my job to make sure that you are 3 steps ahead of the market. Bye bye.